You know what? Just a quick note. I had a reading over the weekend with this lady. Oh my gosh, she's so fun. She's been following me for quite a while, like since I began. She's like, I remember almost 3 years ago when you put out that inflation was going to be 40%. You know what? I was like, I totally forgot that video, but I remember it. She goes, so I got prepared. And that's how you use this information. A lot of people take the information, they're like freaking out. Oh my God, things are, no, use it to your advantage. She said, oh, okay, Liz is saying there's going to be 40% inflation. I'm going to act now, which she did. And now she's actually come out better than most of her peer group because she did act fast. Okay, Ronan, do the introductions, please.
Hey, welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is the consciousness transformation technique created by George Duzman, where we tap away the issues and help you meditate to be a better soul on this earth plane. I'm joined with Liz Cross, and we're going to cross our arms in front of us and tap bilaterally as you repeat with me. And what are we working on today, Miss Liz Cross?
So you guys crack me up in the comments. So we're going to work on having our soul get up to date, get up to speed with what is going on in 2023. So modernizing the soul. I don't know how we're going to word it. We'll figure that out in a minute. You ready?
Okay.
I'm wondering if our avatars, if their arms will move. Do your arms move, guys?
No, I don't have any avatars.
Do you not see the pictures up there?
I see some pictures, but I don't have one.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if their arms move while they're tapping. They blink at us and they wiggle their ears. See, they're blinking.
Yeah, some people do. And other people I had to remove from the chat. So you can still listen to this on YouTube, but we want to see your names. We want to see your participation. So thanks for using your handle. And let's start the show.
All right, let's go. Let's open responsibly. Remember, once you get to this point, you need to continue all the way to the end. Do not forget to close, okay? And even if you get interrupted or whatever, go find one of the old recordings, fast forward to the end and close. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
As well as. An optimum etheric Faraday cage.
An optimum etheric Faraday cage.
For the empowerment and protection.
For the empowerment and protection.
Of each one of us.
Of each one of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right. So the next portion is our treasures. Is a treasure or our treasures. And I love this. This is an original from George Duzman. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
The ability to see.
The ability to see.
optimally recognize,
optimally recognize,
use and enjoy
use and enjoy
the treasures in and all around us.
the treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep release now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
And the last one, which is the optimum activation of our spiritual helpers and divine teams. I think this is super duper important. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
Easily and joyfully manifest.
easily and joyfully manifest
The optimum activation
the optimum activation
of all of our spirit teams
of all of our spirit teams
and divine helpers.
and divine helpers.
They will take away any and all dark energy.
They will take away any and all dark energy.
They will remove it and take it into the spirit world,
They will remove it and take it into the spirit world,
cleanse it and transmute it
cleanse it and transmute it
into white light positive karma back into the universe.
into white light, positive karma back into the universe.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep release now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right, everybody. Awesome. Okay, Ronan, how are we going to word this? We need to modernize the soul. We need to make the soul have an optimum understanding of where we are on the timeline. What do you think?
Optimally align our soul to adapt to the modernity of the now.
Ooh, aren't you clever? All right, I'll let you do the fill-in and I'll follow you. All right? I'm going to get you to lead this CTT one of these days, Ronan.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, you do the fill-in. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest.
easily and joyfully manifest
All right, what are we manifesting?
the ability to optimally align our soul
The ability to optimally align our souls
to adapt to modernity of the now.
to adapt to the modernity of the now on a continuous basis.
What was that?
On a continuous basis.
On a continuous basis.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep release now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Whoa. The crown of my head is like disconnected. What did you get?
I got like a boomerang being thrown outwards and coming back.
Wow. That's exactly what I got. Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll do this for a few minutes and then and then we're not doing that anymore. I got also the soul is having a hard time to adapting to the now. Don't forget, you have to think of it in terms of an elderly person. Okay, now I'm not saying all elderly people are like this. I can give you what I know as an example, which is, AI and all this new stuff coming out using avatars on Zoom and whatever, I'll just stick with the old ways, right? Because that's what I know. It's too hard to kind of learn these new things, right? Think about how difficult it was for the older population to get to grips with computers.
Right.
You remember that? That's exactly what's going on with our souls. Our souls are saying, I've been doing this for a long time, guys.
All these newfangled contraptions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the soul is like, I'm just going to stick with what I know. Because this whole thing of like investing in the stock market or having to deal with computers or forming communities online or trying to make money, okay? Even now, trying to buy a house is becoming impossible for people. And the soul has come in and designed these lives at this, minimal level. Right? Ronnie's laughing.
Our souls need instructions like I used to do for my grandma and her TV remote.
Right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You have to think of it like that. Now, I'm not saying that there's no hip old people. Yeah, that's totally true. Of course there are. There's tons of them. But you can sort of understand where, the souls are like a stick in the mud. They're like, yeah, not going there. So the souls are having a hard time doing this one today, I feel. All right, let's go.
It's an interesting metaphor that it comes right back to where it started from and it goes out and floats out. People are asking, is it release or relief?
Relief with an F.
With an F.
Ronan says release. It doesn't matter. I use the George Duisman wording, which is relief with an
I
F.
use it different in different times. So sometimes it's release and sometimes it's relief. It depends what we're saying. So there are two cadences that I say.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's whatever you guys are comfortable with. I prefer relief because I try to preserve what George has given to us. And he's here, by the way. He always sits in on all my CTT sessions. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
I don't want to move forward.
I don't want to move forward.
It doesn't sound like a good idea.
It doesn't sound like a good idea.
It takes me away from what I know.
It takes me away from what I know.
This is far too difficult for me to comprehend.
This is far too difficult for me to comprehend.
Here we go. What's wrong with the way I was working?
What's wrong with the way I was working?
What else?
I'm just going to come back to the same spot anyway.
I'm just going to come back to the same spot anyway. It's what works.
It's futile.
It's futile. What else?
There's no point in advancing.
There's no point in advancing. All of this stuff is just with the conscious mind and not with the soul.
All of this stuff is for the conscious mind and not for the soul.
I can't keep up.
I cannot keep up.
These are new experiences
These are new experiences
that I do not know how to contend with.
that I do not know how to contend with.
It seems far too complicated.
It seems far too complicated.
And I'm angry that you're asking me to change.
And I'm angry that you're asking me to change.
What else?
It's transitory.
It's transitory. This lifetime is meaningless.
This lifetime is meaningless. I won't need to know this in the soul form.
I won't need to know this in soul form. Very good. All right. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. I can feel my consciousness floating today. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Whoo, my feet are buzzing. What did you get?
I got that I'm like in a padded room in the psych ward with mattresses on the wall. And so it doesn't matter which direction you go, you're trying to be protected. So I think that's a vision of the soul, that it's not going to allow you to go in a different direction. It tries to protect you. So we need to break down those walls of protection in order to adapt better.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's trying to keep us in a padded cell. Yes. Yes. Yeah. If you guys get something too, make sure you drop it in the chat. Whew. My heart, my chest has gone tight. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
I do not want to budge.
I do not want to budge.
Your requests are ridiculous.
Your requests are ridiculous.
I've kept you safe for a very long time.
I've kept you safe for a very long time.
If your conscious mind was in charge, you would have been dead already.
If your conscious mind was in charge, you would be dead already.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm very offended.
I am very offended.
What else?
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. You don't have access to the information like I do.
You don't have access to the information like I do.
You do not know better than me.
You do not know better than me.
You're insulting me.
You are insulting me.
You're insulting my intelligence.
You're insulting my intelligence.
And I will not work with you.
And I will not work with you.
Anything else?
Yikes, no.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. I have a very uncomfortable feeling. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I feel very uncomfortable. That's because the soul doesn't like what we're doing. But I don't want to insult the soul. I want the soul to, with joy and love and ease and grace, to just have a better understanding of what we are going through. What did you get?
I got a lot of people in the higher realms working on angelic mathematics. So they're trying to incorporate a new line of programming for our adaption of this program.
Well, technology is a tool of the dark, right? It can be a white light tool, yes, but it's also a tool of the dark, as in, if you get so engulfed in technology, right? And the addictions, now we're seeing smartphone addictions, not just porn addictions and things, social media addictions, but just addictions all the way around. Well, what does that do? Addictions halt your journey. And having to contend with all of this technology is really difficult for the soul. And the soul, I'm like, how many lifetimes do we have to have until you get a grip on this? Because don't forget, the soul has had many, many, many lifetimes before where, hunter-gatherer, trekking through deserts, trekking through.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah. Trekking through, migrating, living in extreme temperatures.
Pillaging.
Yeah. Religion. Oh my God. Religion, organized religion. Being oppressed by that religion too. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but overuse of something for control is always bad. Wars, the soul has lived through many, many battles, many wars, enslavements. And now we're asking it to live with technology and money? What? Women's rights? Huh?
Yeah.
It doesn't get it. And this is where the soul blocks us in so many ways. So how are we? Okay, let's let go and heal this lack of cooperation and let the soul know that we're not being hostile. We're just trying to move forward with today's, I don't know what the word would be. What would the word be? Today's what?
The modernity, the now.
The now. All right, let's go. Whew, I feel so unsettled and so uncomfortable. And I'm not an anxious person, and I have a lot of anxiety right now. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
We are not insulting you.
We are not insulting you.
We appreciate everything you have done for us.
We appreciate everything you have done for us.
We're just asking you to become a little bit more modern.
We're just asking you to become a little bit more modern.
We think you're behind the times.
What was that?
We think that you are behind the times.
We think that you're behind the times.
Today's complex world is difficult.
Today's complex world is difficult.
And you're still worried about building straw huts.
And you're still worried about building straw huts.
The soul is angry.
The soul is angry.
It's already wanting to sabotage.
It's already wanting to sabotage.
It thinks we're working against it.
It thinks we're working against it.
This is all conscious mind thinking.
This is all conscious mind thinking.
What else?
We're trying to break the mold.
We're trying to break the mold. We've got to get you up to speed.
We've got to get you up to speed.
We're not asking you, we're not telling you that what you have done is wrong.
We're not telling you that what you have done is wrong.
We're just trying to move forward with the changing times.
We are just trying to move forward with the changing times.
And release the traps.
And release the trap.
What else?
Break the chains of constraint.
Break the chains of constraint.
That keep us stuck in the past.
That keep us stuck in the belief systems of the past.
The belief systems of the past.
Today's belief systems are totally different to all of those years ago.
Today's belief systems are totally different from all those years ago.
What else? We want the soul to succeed.
We want the soul to succeed.
And we just don't think it is stuck in all of these traps.
And we don't think it is stuck in all of these traps in the past.
In the past, we want to move forward.
We want to move forward.
But the soul keeps grabbing us by the scruff of the neck.
But the soul keeps grabbing us by the scruff of the neck.
And yanking us back.
And yanking us back.
What else?
It can't see the new future.
It can't see the new future. Ooh. Can the soul predict the future? Okay. The part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I've just had a massive breakthrough in consciousness, where I said to the soul, can you predict the future? Yes, if it's your own future, or maybe a soul contract that it made involving itself. The soul cannot predict the future of the earth plane and the universe. Whoa. Do you know how big that is? That's huge. That's why the soul is yanking us back, right? Even the soul, if it's not subjective information to the soul, it can't predict the future. It can't predict all of this, how much money we need. Okay? It doesn't see that. It can't predict where technology is going. It doesn't understand where education is going. It's just trying to make the best decisions it possibly can with a lack of information. Now that is so big, guys. That is so big. What did you get, Ronan?
A couple things. I got a cliff being washed away by the ocean, and then the soul being reticent to hand us a pen that would allow us to make and rewrite our own decisions. Like it's holding the pen back. It doesn't want you to make the decisions that it can't see.
Right. Right. Exactly. We're on the same page. The soul is very hesitant to move forward. God, you guys, this is huge. Okay. This is so big. This is why it's trying to protect us, because it can't see the future. So its job is to keep us alive, obviously, for as long as possible, because we've had many lifetimes where we were, died early for whatever reason. And it says, yeah, I've been there, done that. Don't want to do it again for the most of us. I mean, obviously some souls still bring in lessons and all that and leave early. But for the most part, certainly for all of us here, the soul is trying to be here as long as possible, because this is an opportunity to really learn, engage, enlighten, and ascend the consciousness of the soul, to ascend the soul. It's all this game is soul ascension. It's a game. And the soul is trying to say, well, okay, you can have we'll have this and we'll have that. Most of them are designing it where we just have enough, right? And maybe a little bit more. But other than that, no. And that goes in line with the manifestation probes that we're doing. We're finding that over and over and over again. And that's because the soul can't predict the future. So I don't know what the wording would be. What would the wording be?
To adapt and give us the new tools. Well, it doesn't know what the tools are because it can't see that far. I think it should give us the opportunity to grow beyond the bounds of what we've done before.
Why are we not allowed to work with the soul on the earth plane and create the future here? Why is everything predetermined? That is a big question, because if we were allowed to, okay, well, this isn't working, so let's send information back and forth, okay, and let's get it to where it does work. But the soul is not allowed to do that. The soul has to pick and choose all of this stuff before it comes down here, and then it has to live it out come hell or high water, apart from all of us here in the CTT, okay? Because we're working to change things. But was that in the soul contract too? Most probably, yes. Maybe the soul says, I'm tired of living in this old way, so now I'm going to find Liz and make contracts with Liz and find her and Ronan and try and move forward. Who knows? So, but that's the problem. So the soul is making all of these contracts, right? But it doesn't actually have a clue how the future is being laid out. Oh God, I don't even know. I'm lost. Where do we go from here?
It seems like we've envisioned the soul as having all the answers, but it only sees things through a prism and can only see that which we're allowed to see. So we need to be equipped with better tools to allow the growth on this plane to expand and rewrite the tools that we have to adapt.
George is saying, along the same lines as you, we need higher access to communication and information to structure our lives better on or off the earth plane. The great George has spoken. I love George. I miss him so much. I miss that man so much. I do.
George's message down here was always, we can work together to accomplish miracles, and we're allowing us to do it a solo journey. So it sounds like his message is still the same, that together, bound in spirit, we are more powerful than the one.
Oh, absolutely. Oh God, absolutely. Diana, who's in the group today, she remembers when me and George did a tapping marathon. We tapped for like 8 or 12. I can't even remember. All I know is my arms hurt. 8 or 12 hours. We had an open Zoom room session where we had a tapping marathon, and everybody just jumped in and kept going as long as they could. And George was leading it. And I tell you what, some doors really opened after that. If Diana, see, she remembers. Yeah. That was years ago. So I'm going to let George lead this one. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
Not being able to have.
Not being able to have.
All of the higher access.
All of the higher aspects.
Higher access.
Higher access.
To the communications.
To the communication.
Connections.
Connection.
And information that we need.
And information that we need.
In order to make more modern.
In order to make more modern.
Joyful.
Joyful.
Soul ascension.
Soul ascension.
Contracts.
Contracts.
Whether on or off of the earth plane.
Whether on or off of the earth plane.
We're not allowed to have that information.
We're not allowed that information.
We have to be kept in the dark.
We have to be kept in the dark.
This is so George. If we knew what it was, we would all know that it's a big lie.
If we knew what it was, we would all know that it is a big lie.
And we would refuse to play the game.
And we would refuse to play the game.
Our feelings would be hurt.
Our feelings would be hurt.
And we would no longer.
And we would no longer.
Know who we are.
Know who we are.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Oh my God, my throat is so tight. And all of those messages came from George. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
That wipes me out. My throat is tight. What did you get?
I got a lot of prisms rotating in different directions in like a tetragrammatron. So it's like this prismatic spectrum of different colored lights, and it was very pretty. But it's trying to reprogram the soul through light.
That's interesting. Doesn't George have access to the perspective that is limitless? No, because even in the spirit world, you're still limited. You are not 100% full and complete source. It's kind of like a military or undercover special operation in the police, right? When something is so big, what you do is you give, say you have a team of 20 people. You give person number one a little bit of information, person number two a little bit of information. So everybody has a little bit of information to make the operation run smoothly. But if everybody had access to all of the information at one time, right, that's a massive security breach. They never give anyone access to all of the information at any one time. Never. Why? Because if you have a defector in the group, okay, they could go spill the beans on the special operation, and your operation is now you're in trouble because now the enemy's prepared. Right? How do you know all this, Liz? Well, because I was a police dispatcher for many years and I used to work special ops too. So even me, I wouldn't have a lot of information. They'd say, okay, Liz, now you got a special operation you got to run. Okay, any idea what we're doing? Nope, just run it. Right? They're not going to give everybody all of that information because then it's a security problem. Then, you know, you've got major issues. That's exactly what's going on here. So even though you're in the spirit world, you have a much better access to information and connections. Doesn't mean you know everything, because to know everything is to be God, and not one of us are God. We're cut from God, but we're not God. So we're not allowed to have that access. It's just like all energy is a mathematical program, but we can't solve it. Why? Because we don't have 100% access to our brain capacity. Why? Because if we did, we could actually solve the one equation that could dissolve the universe. Yes, that's true. Okay, there is a mathematical equation that will dissolve the universe, and everything gets reabsorbed back into source. Everything. My throat is tight. And I feel the soul is really resisting. So let's tap on that. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
There is a lot of resistance.
There is a lot of resistance.
Between the soul and the universe.
Between the soul and the universe.
We're not allowed to have all of the information.
We are not allowed to have all of the information.
For fear of being defective.
For fear of being defective.
We won't work for the white light.
We will not work for the white light.
We will see this for what it is.
We will see this for what it is.
And we will understand or feel as if we are being used.
And we will understand or feel as if we are being used.
And that's not how we're supposed to feel.
And that's not how we're supposed to feel.
We're all supposed to be working towards the same goal.
We are all supposed to be working for the same goal.
And this session has opened up a whole can of worms.
And this session has opened up a whole can of worms.
What else?
I'm just seeing the worms in the can. It's open.
Me too. You know, like what is that thing where you take the lid off and something jumps out?
Oh, it's mixed nuts. Yeah, we'll get the surprise mixed nut snake.
Yeah. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
My throat is still tight. What did you get?
I just got that George is waiting for you to pull out the Deus Ex Machina of the final round of tapping. So it's like, what is the thing that will solve all the issues that we're still tight and there's still a block all around us?
It's destruction.
Destruction.
The soul believes the conscious mind will cause the entire being to self-destruct.
That makes sense because it's still a box around me.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the power to dissolve and remove that box and remove those limitations so that we can expand further.
We have to word it. So George is stepping in here. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God. He's saying we have to watch the wording here. And the wording has to be, you know, a joyful path to ascension. Okay, let's tap. Oh, this is a big, we really did open up a can of worms. Right? I'm sorry about this. I didn't think it was going to be this heavy. Ooh, all right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
The soul believes that the conscious mind
The soul believes that the conscious mind
is on a path of destruction.
is on a path of destruction.
It doesn't understand the complexities
It doesn't understand the complexity
of making all of these arrangements.
of making all of these arrangements.
The soul is like the parent that knows best
The soul is like the parent that knows best
and believes that if the conscious mind was allowed to,
and believes that the conscious mind
is allowed to,
is allowed to.
it will completely drop the soul ascension,
It would completely drop
the soul ascension,
the soul ascension
and live for the now only.
and live for the now only.
When we cross over, we will not have accomplished anything.
When we cross over, we will not have accomplished anything.
We don't understand the opportunities that we have here on the earth plane.
We do not understand the opportunities that we have here on the earth plane.
Being on the earth plane is a gift,
Being on the earth plane is a gift,
but the conscious mind doesn't see it that way.
but the conscious mind doesn't see it that way.
This is why the soul and the conscious mind are out of alignment.
This is why the soul and the conscious mind are out of alignment.
What else?
That we can grow and expand our soul by allowing for growth on the earth plane.
We can grow and expand our soul by allowing for conscious mind growth on the earth plane. Okay. This is a big one. We're probably going to have to pick this up again next week. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I feel better. I think we're going to have to do part 2 next week. We're ready to close. Is everybody feeling good? Everybody's feeling better, it seems. Yes. We're going to have to pick this up again next week, folks. I mean, this is huge.
Join us next week, same bat time, same bat channel for part 2 of Expand Your Soul.
This is really hard because we're talking to the soul and we're saying, you know, we want what we want, but the soul is saying, you know, you don't know better than me. And then, of course, we got that information through that even the soul doesn't have access to all of the information when it's making the contracts, right? So there's no concept of monetary value or, you know, inflation, things like that. Okay. Let's close and then we'll hold for questions. Let's go for optimum guidance, positive emotional fulfillment, gratitude, self-love, and the ability to have the conscious mind and the soul work together to something about joyful path, conscious mind and the soul in alignment to continue on this joyful and easy path. Okay. This is a big one. I'm wiped out. All right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Optimum guidance.
Optimum guidance.
Positive emotional fulfillment.
positive emotional fulfillment,
gratitude,
gratitude,
self-love,
self-love,
oh, and the ability to heal
and the ability to heal
this rift between the conscious mind and the soul
this rift between the conscious mind and the soul
with
love
and blessings
and blessings
from both sides
from both sides
in all of those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
in all of those wonderful spaces we've just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Good grief. This was heavy. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Ronan, for hosting. And as always,